Let's find out. Please help me welcome Jacob Ariel.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters.
Good morning.
So I was trying to find a visual aid for this Wikipedia talk I was going to give today. And so I started looking through my library to see if I had an encyclopedia. I didn't have one. I checked with my roommate. He didn't have one. It turns out that everyone that I knew no longer has an encyclopedia. So by show of hands here, who still owns an encyclopedia? I'm talking about a full-on, in your library, on there. Do you still use it? Yeah. So I recently read an article about Wikipedia, and it was so fascinating that I wanted to make it my next speech. So fellow Toastmasters, Mr. Toastmaster, I'm excited to be up here today for my second speech. It's about Wikipedia. I'm going to explain to you some of the dynamics behind it. How does it work? Is it reliable? And with the hopes of you understanding it and perhaps using it for what its purpose is. And I'll do so by, in this organizational speech, by giving you an understanding of what wiki software is, some of the background behind Wikipedia, how does it work, some pros and some cons. Wiki software. It's part of Web 2.0. And if you think back to Web 1.0, it's the original web, internet, where I have a website, you go on there, you see what I have, you order it, you read it, you're done. Web 2.0, on the other hand, I have a website, you can go on there, add, edit, delete, modify the content on my website, or somebody else can go on there and modify it. So you've got that collaboration aspect of it. And in 2001, the originators of Wikipedia said, hey, we can take this technology and create an online free encyclopedia. But instead of having paid editors and authors to write these articles, we'll have it open to whoever wants to contribute. Totally different concept. So how does it work? You write an article, whether it's one sentence or a full-blown article. John then can go on there and say, hey, that's not right. Let me change that. Somebody else can say, you know what, let me add to that. I've been there before. Let me put in a picture. Somebody else can go on there and change and so on and so forth. So what are the pros? The cool thing about Wikipedia is it's a self-sustained, self-healing, up-to-date piece of information. And what I mean by self-sustained, self-healing, when you would think, Jacob, okay, if anybody can go on there, then anybody can really put some bad information on there. Unscrupulous information, right? They can thwart the information. And so, wouldn't that make it a little bit unreliable, susceptible to this kind of fraud or violence? The answer is yes. But the cool thing is, it's got in its infrastructure a way to protect itself. When you go on there and make a change and edit to Wikipedia, everyone's got these articles on their, quote, watch list. So when there's an edit, a modification to this particular article, everybody gets an email. So you get your email, you check it, you say, no, that's not right. And you go back to it. MIT ran a study a few years ago to measure how long it took from when someone purposely put something wrong, like profanity, deleted the entire article, or some kind of intentional wrongdoing on the article. And they found, on the average, the median time for when someone put in wrong information was 3 minutes. Really powerful stuff. An example was, if you were to look up Jimmy Carter last winter, you were to find a picture of a scrawny young kid with a finger up his nose. And you say, well, that's not Jimmy Carter. And that's what happens. People go on there and they mess up Wikipedia. But the cool thing is, within 2 or 3 minutes on average, it gets corrected right away. And so vandals come back and they say, they try to do it again. And then somebody else corrects it. So it's that self-correcting. And besides self-correcting, it's up-to-date information. For instance, Slumdog Millionaire won Best Picture. Really cool movie. Within 2 minutes of when it won Best Picture, its Wikipedia page was updated. That's powerful stuff. A regular encyclopedia, Encyclopedia Britannica, does online updates to its members. But they only take about a month or two to do it. Or they do take about a month or two. So in today's age, we want things fast, we want things yesterday, we're ready to go. So if you've got something that's self-sustaining, heals itself, and is completely up to date, that's very powerful stuff. So the proponents of, or the opponents rather, of Wikipedia say it's unreliable. Say, you know what? You've got people who are not experts writing this stuff. It's not reliable stuff. And Wikipedia says, yeah, we're not trying to be a full-on encyclopedia, the end-all, be-all of the truth. But you know what? We're trying to be pretty close to it. Something quick, something reliable, or relatively reliable, but it's up to date. So in closing, you have something that's up to date, reliable, not the ultimate truth, but it's pretty close. And when you're on Google, a lot of times it's going to take you to Wikipedia. You want some quick information, you got it, and you're out. So the next time you're on Wikipedia, understand it may not be the most may not be the most reliable piece of information, but it's up to date and it's ready for you. So the next time you're on there, if you see something that may not be right, go ahead and make the change yourself. Mr. Joseph?